2, 1.
Live. Hello, everybody. This is
It's a post-trade deadline / week recap show.
A lot of crazy stuff went down, and it had a lot to do with the games. It's gonna be a quick show. There was only 2 games played.
First of all, before we get started, shout out NWO just won the World Series in the field behind us.
Felt great.
Again, and the winner of NWO, the championships, and take on the World Series team in M&S. So it's best we're mentioning it.
So it's my team. And
Max is going to go up against the championship team.
Against championship in the night
with
league.
Greenberg and with Zolta.
Yeah, very interesting.
Very interesting.
So let's see who wins. There might be some duels, but we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how figure it out.
Week 1, let's talk about the trades.
Trade deadline happened literally at the 12th hour.
So
my phone starts ringing. I see it literally was at 3:57.
You know, we make jokes, but it came down to the physicals.
And it was nuts.
We always make jokes, but Albert Zolta, not Albert, I'm sorry.
No, it was Albert Zolta.
No, but River.
With Albert River Dweck.
There was a question if he was injured, and there was phone calls being made if he was healthy. Turns out
it was pending physical. So what was the trade? It was Jackie Towell, David Simhon, and Stephen Esman Asulin.
That's right.
Traded for, which is the best player in the deal obviously is JT. Traded for Albert Zolta, Albert River, and the third player in the deal was Jake Sasson, which could be a wild card in this trade.
Right. So now what happens in this trade obviously is the best player on paper
was JT.
And probably is JT. But Norwood, I think, felt like he needed beef in his lineup.
100%.
He lengthened his lineup with Jake Sasson, Albert Zolta, who was
at
money.
the time, people were saying, head scratching, why are you trading away Jackie Towell, perennial all-star? And right away, it bit him in the butt. Week 1 happened.
Well, we'll talk about
the Cubs came to
now,
play.
Again, a trade we did speak about. Eddie Nissim was traded straight up for Ralph Tuna Sutton. Well, Ralph Tuna Sutton, I don't know if he needed a purpose.
He wasn't happy on that same team again. It was the same monotonous feel.
Right, I think he was coming with the party atmosphere with the LSU Tigers. Now he's coming more focused to play softball, which is what we want.
Right. So now what happened was who's feeling? Monday night was?
Let's fast forward to Wednesday night because it's off the trade.
Right, we'll go backwards.
So Michael Solomon feeling very comfortable with the team. And one thing we'll say also, not that JT was upset to play with Norwood. He wasn't. Very happy. He loves Eddie Michon. But I think he was ecstatic to have Ali Marshall and Michael Solomon with him. In fact, before the season, there might have been some phone calls trying to pry his way to get on that team. Well,
there was.
He found his way. They were 1-3 going into this game.
Right, and it was a marquee matchup because, listen, everything was on the line right now.
Oh, my goodness. This is big. Stephen Gindy's team, the Gonzaga Bulldogs.
They were first place at the time.
And they still technically are,
but
they could have ran away with a top 3 seed. If they took 2, even 1 maybe.
And as we know in this league, top 3 seeds are what's matter.
Get the bye.
The 4 and 5 are the wild card. Anything could happen in one 9-inning game. So top 3. Even if they won 1 game over there, it would have been huge for them.
Very good spot, yeah. And a lot of the league wanted the Gonzaga Bulldogs to win.
Yeah, they want them to win because they were scared of the Cubs.
They're scared of the Cubs, and there's playoff battles now. Those guys are nervous.
So let's go. Ralph Tuna Sutton gets on the mound. There's 2 storylines here. They made 2 big trades. Ralph Tuna Sutton was dealing early on.
No walks, I think, the whole day.
Unbelievable.
And dealing. Jackie Towell, Cozy in center. Ali Marshall did not have a great defensive game the week before that. Well, he came hungry to play. He played a great shortstop. And they came out. Their lineup maybe is not as deep, but that top of that lineup is scary.
Yeah, they're
JT,
really good.
Jimmy Malachu was tearing the cover off the ball.
Right, also turned 2 nice double plays.
Yes, played a very good defense up the middle.
Right.
May even end up being the third baseman as time goes on. We'll see how that works. Of course, Ali came to play. Sabon. Aaron Dweck didn't hit great, but he had one big crack.
The whole team came with a purpose. They had a whole new rebranded team.
Stephen Asulin came to play. He got a couple big hits.
Let's fast forward to the end of game 2 in the 7th.
So they won the first game handily. In fact, they pulled Ralph Hannon to give him some juice, which has been done over the course of games.
It's strategy.
It's good strategy. Ralph Hannon swinging a great bat. Game 2, Ralph came out really pitching well. Salim did the mop-up work and actually pitched great. But Ralph came out smoking in game 2, and they did go down. They were down 6-1. It ended up being 6-2 and 6-3.
Net ended up being 6-5.
Now, the amazing thing, I have to talk about 1 inning here. First, there was a runner on first. Salim Levy hits a base hit opposite field. Classic vintage Salim Levy hit. And the runner went, Stephen Gindy was the runner. Got the third. Salim inexcusably was sneaking off of first base.
Caught napping.
He says he may have been safe. He didn't slide. Was called out at second.
Huge.
Tagged out. And then Stephen Gindy raced home. He got him out. It was a 6-2 game at the time.
That's absurd.
First and third, 1 out with your big boys up. Joseph Arati and the power hitting in a great group right now. Ralph Hannon. That looked bad.
You know
But
what?
now,
But that's the reason why you lose a game.
like Sammy said, we fast forward. Ruby Saka gets a big hit
At the time.
in game 2 at the 7th inning was 6-5.
And then JT came.
Steven Gindi, who was not hitting great, but he's working his way out of the slump, ropes one up the middle, a chopper, but a hard hit ball that was a hit guaranteed. Would have been 1 out.
Yeah.
First and second for your big boys coming up again. Ruby Saka, who somebody said it on the field. Thou give it, thou take it. That's what he said.
I think Steven actually said that line.
JT.
Listen, let's pause it for a second. JT was on fire offensively, and now's where he came to show his other part of his game.
That's right.
He threw out Ruby Saka.
A one-hop throw to the third base.
He threw a dart, and that was it. To me, it could have been over right there, but it happened again.
Yes, Jack Tal made 2 great throws, and these were game-winning throws.
Right.
Ended up being the tying run was on second to end the game, and Salim was up. And Salim ended up on a 3-1 pitch, went 3-2, and he ended up flying out, I believe, to end the game.
So there you go. So Jackie Towell earned himself Player of the Week off the trade. Tuna won 2 big games. Now you put the Cubs at 500. Everything is up for grabs right now.
The Cubs are looking for the 1 seed now. They're not thinking bottom end.
But the best part of it is everyone's looking for the 1 seed right now. It's up for the taking.
Well, that's where it gets interesting. Let's rewind now. Monday night, the LSU Tigers went against
the Raiders. Dub
the
Nation.
Raiders. Oh, Dub Nation. So now we know Nussi or Sumi, however you want to call him.
Nussi.
And Nussi, whatever. Abi Saka on the mound. We call him the Bulldog. Week 1, he was amazing.
Right.
Amazing.
He was throwing fire. I think this time he had a little less juice in his legs as he came to the field and said that.
Yeah, and he felt the mound felt longer to him. It's a long day. This is something you got to get acclimated to the night league. Game 1, they still won.
Right.
Their defense played great. Nachman Yakubovich, I don't know if he hit well.
He
but
played a lights-out shortstop.
He didn't just make the plays. He made plays you're not supposed to make.
Right, he looked like Ozzie Smith at short. There's no other way of putting it. And his brother, Sumi, once again, he's leading the league in hitting.
And he's kept doing it.
2 in the league in hits, top 5 in runs. I think he's leading the league in doubles, triples, home runs. He's looking for the Triple Crown right now. And what was the line that Savon said? It looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but he hits like Willie Mays. Hits like Willie Mays. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
So right now,
he's yanking the ball.
The league, yeah, right. He's yanking the ball. The league is yet to figure him out how to pitch to him. They put a short left fielder, he goes to right. They put a guy on left, he goes up the middle.
They played 4 across. He went right up the middle. Like
I'm so impressed.
He's a real ball player. This guy, he don't look like it, but he really is.
Game 2, LSU season was on.
I'll tell you what. Game 1, the Dub Nation team really kept LSU in it until the end. They blew.
It was close. It was like 3-1 or something.
Eddie Nassim's got to get over what's his early season problem here.
He's being plagued with the walk bug.
Yeah.
It's like, for some reason, even with the lead, he can't keep the lead.
Something we never saw before.
Last year, he was not like
He's
this.
in the league. This is his 3rd year, and I think he had more walks going into this 3rd week than he did the last 2 years before that.
He has 24 plus walks now. I don't know.
Well, it's a storyline because game 2, like Sammy said, LSU's season was on the line.
They were backs against the walls. They lose one game, they could almost, forget their season.
A big topic of conversation last week was Michael Cohen and Sully Cohen.
Right.
Michael's lack of interest
and Sully's
due to golf, and Sully's just again lack of interest. Boy, did they come locked in for game 2.
Sully Cohen hit a shot to the fence.
What a shot.
He had a bullet down the left field line that went to the wall. So it was propelled by Michael and Sully Cohen.
Yes.
He almost won Player of the Week, but he went 4 for 8, and other players had a better
Just a little bit
stats.
better. Michael Cohen, I don't know what his stat line was, but his body language, his defense,
everything.
He scored from second on an out.
Let's not forget Jackie Cohen's play.
Oh,
Jackie has probably been their best player.
He's been their best player
this entire season.
Fact.
Also won Player of the Week. Congratulations.
He's playing a lockdown short, and he's really ripping the ball. Abi Saka, straight out, this Cohen kid, this Jackie's really hitting the ball hard.
And one more shout out for Bill going 5 for 5.
Amazing.
And
another big hit too.
Right. So it was 14-0. You can say the game was all but over. It was done.
This is something I love about hearing. And Shon, Yakubovich, Nussi,
they said,
and Nachman. They're like, this is softball.
They said 14-0. We could score. We could win. No problem.
Things happen. So what happened was they started creeping. The only storyline after that, the game was over.
Small comebacks. It almost came back.
The problem was Eddie Nassim.
Right, Eddie Nassim just couldn't do it.
He played up 14-3, throw strikes,
14-7, 15-8, I think, final score.
It never got scary, but
all I'll tell you is LSU was not so impressed with Dub Nation. They actually showed some signs of mortality.
Nehemiah Katz did finish the game. Eddie Nassim, I heard, did work with the pitching coach this week, and he's looking forward to playing Wednesday night, and that's it. So now their season is still alive.
Every season's still alive.
Everybody's still in it, And it was a fun week.
Yeah, we're looking forward to this upcoming week. It's
Can't
going to
wait.
be great.
Trade deadline's up, so this is the teams, this is the game, this is the way the matchups are going to work. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Coming up,
looking
matchup.
forward.
One last thing upcoming. We have the Gamals going up against LSU.
That's Wednesday
That's
night.
going to be a marquee matchup.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Looking forward
Get
to it.
ready. We'll see you then, boys.